By the time most NBA players reach their late 30s, they are wearing a suit and sitting behind a desk as analysts. Yet LeBron James is still out on the floor, consistently blowing past younger defenders half his age. Look at this draft class from 2003. He has spent over 2 decades absorbing the physical toll of tens of thousands of sprints, jumps, and brutal collisions. The peers he started with retired long ago, and today he continues to physically dominate players young enough to literally call him old man. People naturally want to know how this happens. Is this extreme physical preservation entirely a product of genetic luck, or has he quietly engineered an incredibly disciplined daily system? To find the answer, we can track exactly what he does from sunrise to sunset in a single 24-hour cycle, what he eats, how he trains, and how he recovers. Because when you look at the raw data of his daily life, you realize his most crucial skill is his unyielding, repetitive execution day after day. A typical day begins with repair before any hustle starts. When the schedule permits, he gets 8 to 10 hours of sleep. This is the biological window where muscle tissue rebuilds and hormones reset from the previous day's grind. After a full night, the body wakes up entirely depleted of fluids. Rehydrating is the mandatory first step before putting any new strain on the physical system. Then comes a highly purposeful meal, usually eggs, oatmeal, and fresh fruit. It is designed around steady proteins and slow-release carbohydrates that provide fuel for a long training block without causing an energy crash later. There are no shortcuts or miracle hacks here. He relies entirely on basic physiological fundamentals, executed without fail. With the body fueled, the environment shifts to the gym, and the physical exertion begins. Before touching heavy weights, he targets the hips, ankles, shoulders, and spine. Activating these smaller, stabilizing muscles is critical to protect the major joints during explosive drives to the rim. From there, the routine shifts to strength. He utilizes heavy squats to maintain lower body power and deadlifts to fortify the posterior chain. On other days, he flips the focus entirely to agility, running sprint drills and box jumps to preserve his reaction speed and fast-twitch muscle fibers. Every single repetition serves a specific mechanical purpose. The objective is to stay dangerously, functionally athletic for one more season, rather than worrying about an aesthetic look. Once the training block ends, the immediate biological demand is nutrition. Lean proteins like chicken or fish repair the torn muscle fibers, while complex carbohydrates restock the burned-through energy stores. And then comes physical therapy, which operates like a grueling secondary workout. He cycles through massage therapy and foam rolling and cold water immersion to rapidly clear metabolic waste from his muscles. While the physical body recovers, the mental work begins. He spends hours studying opponent tendencies and defensive coverages, treating the game exactly like a complex strategy match. As the middle of the day fills with family time, business calls, and media obligations, his diet remains strictly controlled, mirroring the exact same balance of proteins, vegetables, and whole grains. He leaves room for an occasional treat, which makes the routine sustainable over the long haul. That practical, daily discipline is far more effective than aiming for short-term perfection. To see why this rigorous schedule actually works, we have to look at what happens at the cellular level as an athlete gets older. This graph illustrates sarcopenia, the natural decline in muscle mass and reaction speed past 30. But watch the curve. Strength training flattens this drop. Add consistent sleep and precise nutrition, and the body repairs tissue, pushing the preservation trend line even higher. The real-world result of that math is an athlete who retains enough explosive power to win NBA championships late into his career. He cannot stop the biological clock, but his body is the ultimate proof of how human biology responds to optimized, long-term physical engineering. As night falls, the final phase of the 24-hour cycle is dedicated solely to preparation. He does additional stretching, continues properly hydrating his body, and actively avoids anything that adds unnecessary strain to his joints, and then he returns to deep sleep. No advanced recovery technology or supplement stack can substitute for those hours of rest. Obviously, he possesses innate genetic advantages that most people do not. But he has also chosen to execute this strict, unglamorous routine every single day for over 20 years. If someone else stepped onto the court and lived this exact blueprint with this exact discipline, could they slow their own aging the same way? I want to hear your thoughts. Is his legacy built entirely on genetic luck, or is it the result of engineered consistency? Let me know in the comments below.